Hey guys, welcome back to Caveman Mining. Hope everyone is well and having a great day. As discussed on the last video, we have dedicated this month for Ravencoin, and we're going to be doing a few different things. The first thing I want to jump right to it and get right to the point is we plan to do solo mining for about 1 week, and we're going to switch our primary farm over to Ravencoin to solo mine. And just so you guys know, we are at Wednesday, December 1st, which is today. So we will do a conclusion video wrapping up the solo mining on the 8th of December. So be on the lookout for that. But to kind of get started here, the first thing I want to jump in and explain to you guys is the reason why I wanted to do this was Ravencoin is having a halvening, and that is going to be in about 40 days. So those of you who don't know what a halvening is essentially it is the rewards are being cut in half. Okay, so Ravencoin is very similar to Bitcoin. Every 2,100,000 blocks it has a halvening. And this happens approximately every 4 years. And there are a bunch of other coins out there that have these, what they call halvenings. Essentially, like I said, the reward is cut in half. But generally what happens, not all the time, is the value of the coin goes up. And you can see, why is this done? It just has to do with, fiat currencies. In governments, they pretty much, think about the US government, they just print money and paper all day, and this causes inflation. And some of the thought behind cryptocurrency and Bitcoin was to really resolve that inflation. So pretty much the demand is going to be higher if there's less and less of these things out there. So quote unquote, what they're saying, no more Ravencoin will be printed, right? So pretty cool little chart here from Nicehash, and they show a few of the other coins that are out there in terms of their timing and halvening. So give that a check out there. But to jump into what we are going to be doing today is looking at switching over our farm and rigs to solo mine, and the pool that we're going to be using is 2 miners. And again, this video is not in fact sponsored by any pools or in fact 2 miners themselves. It is just the top pool out there in terms of hash rate, in terms of my personal opinion, ease of use. I like the GUI, I like the user interface. Everything is very easy to use. They explain instructions very clearly. And you can see here 36.5% of the known hash rate for Ravencoin is all there. So the one thing that we want to get started with is looking at how to solo mine. So if you guys go to 2miners.com and you just look up the solo mining or just URL that we have here, solo-rvn.2miners.com, it is going to give you the guide on how to mine Ravencoin in a solo pool, as well as other instructions on the other pages on how to do pool mining. But for us, what we're going to do is focus on this chart here. You can see we are in the USA. We're not going to be using Nicehash. We are going to be doing raw GPUs. So what we need for our server to accomplish this is the us-solo-raven.2miners.com port 7070. Okay, and quick instructions, I'm not going to go through them very detailed, is obviously you need to create a wallet. You can go ahead and click here to download the official wallet. I know 2miners has some connections into Binance, as Binance is the top exchange or app or site that Ravencoin can be traded. I know there are some other smaller exchanges out there, but obviously as a big name, they're going to have their site up here. So you can do either of those. You can choose to do the quick start miner, GPU miner. I actually haven't done that. I'd be interested to do that, try that out sometime. But I am more about just downloading the normal miners such as T-Rex or G Miner or NB Miner. So you can choose between, depending upon which miner, or if you have an NVIDIA card or an AMD card, you can see which ones you need. And then once you download those miners, essentially that's where you need to edit your bat file to contain your wallet address and your rig ID and those things. So there's a quick video guide here, really sweet, from 2 miners. I'm not going to watch that, but guys, feel free to check that out. And then if you just want a sample of what you should actually plug into the batch files for each of the miners, you have those arguments set here. Just be sure when you copy and paste to modify things such as your wallet and rig ID if you're doing that in Windows. So that is essentially how we would be able to do this in Windows. I'm going to quickly do this on the laptop that we are using right now, just to kind of check things out. And I think we use T-Rex miner, so let me take a look there really quick. So we've got the raven.bat file, 2 miners, and we're going to go ahead and just simply change the server address. Whoops, we went a little too far there. Give me just 1 second. As I tab back, I just need to grab this, not the whole argument. So we'll go ahead and back into our batch file, and we're going to go ahead and modify that. And then we've got our wallet and our rig, so we go ahead and save that. Now if we go ahead and run this batch file, this is just a quick version of how we would do this in Windows. Things should kick off in here in just a second. I actually have my laptop on a low power mode, so we're probably going to get a low hash rate, which is fine. And I'm not expecting to get a super high hash rate here, but this laptop does have a 2070 Max-Q RTX ray tracing card built in. So we can see that I always get this message of fan speed not supported, just because can't really control that through the software. That has to be done through the Dragon Center and things of that nature. So we'll let that spool up just to see if it actually starts mining. And as that's going, I'm going to leave that tabbed out in the background there. The next thing that I want to show you guys is my farm is in HiveOS, as you know, and I've got two of these rigs in one of my farms. I've decided to go ahead and switch over to Ravencoin. If we just take this rig here, for example, I want to show you the flight sheet. And we're doing a couple different things here. One is we've got a Team Red miner running and T-Rex miner. I'm actually going to go ahead and edit all of this so we can take a granular look. So just have our coin set as Raven. We have our Raven wallet set up already there. 2 miners is the pool, but if we're going to solo mine, okay, we're going to go ahead and click into configure pool. And you need to uncheck the select server pools, because these are all for pool mining. And then you're going to go ahead and just simply key in manually the solo pool mining server. So we did that for each of the Team Red and each of the T-Rex miner as well. Configured up the pools there, so it's just enter URLs manually. And then of course, I'm running Raptorium. Why not? On these rigs, might as well leverage what we have, CPU power. So yeah, this is a new thing. Before this video launched here, I was actually struggling very hard to get the overclocks as good as I could get them. I'm just going to share my hash rates with you guys on a few different cards super quick. So we've got the RTX 2060 at 18.06 megahash. RX 6800 at 29.10, RTX 3070 at 30.15, RTX 4000 at a smoking 19.57. I was very shocked to see that. And then the other one running at 18.61, another RX 6800 at 30.10. This one did very well, the RX 580 at 15.12, and then our 3090 at 55.92. So clearly, guys, I am not an expert by any means at Ravencoin overclocks. I just gave this a very quick stab. So take a look at what I have here for my memory and my core. Please drop in the comments below if I should be trying something. I know I can get higher hash rates with the 3090. I've seen up to 58 or 59 mega hash. I've seen better wattage with some of these cards, so please just toss me a bone in terms of what I can do better there. So that is the rig one. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the hanging rig, which has 4 cards on it. Same deal. So with the RX 6600 at 14.73 mega hash on Raven, RTX 4000 at 17.67, RX 6600 XT 17.37, and then RTX 4000 at 1841. Same deal, guys. Take a look at my clocks. Take a look at my settings here for overclocks. Let me know if there's something I can refine or do better. I did not spend a ton of time to do this. Essentially, what we have here is a combined hash rate of 283, bouncing up to 283 to 285 mega hash, and you can see in terms of power consumption here, we've got 1787 watts total. Now we have the Space Goat's power meter just plugged in for the 8 card GPU, which is this one called Kingwin 1, and you can see at the wall we're pulling about 1600 watts there at the wall. That is in fact plugged into its own 30 amp circuit on its own PDU. The other hanging rig is plugged into a surge protector, one of those industrial grade ones, on its own circuit, using the 120 volt service just by itself on a 15 amp circuit. So we are not surpassing the 80% rule total power, so we are good in terms of the power rate. So I'm happy to see that. Now the plan will be to solo mine, right, for a week. Now let's take a look at this. We've got everything plugged into our wallet, plugged into the solo Raven miner 2 miners web interface, the pool solo pool interface rather, running at 270 mega hash there with 2 workers. Now the laptop one we just kicked on, which we're getting screaming hot temperatures, we'll put the fan on in just a second and we'll refine those hash rates. That should pop up at some point in the future. If we refresh, it may take a little bit just to populate, but the goal is to take the farm, take my laptop, and then there is an additional solo card that is in a desktop computer on my 3rd floor that we're also going to kick over to do some solo mining. So we're going to have all that hash rate and all that power, mining solo, trying to get a block. That is the ultimate goal, right? And you guys can see here the reward for 1 block is 4,925 Raven, which at the current market price is $526.30. Now this is a total gamble. I do not recommend this. This is not financial advice. I am simply doing this for the sake of science and just the ability to see what it's like to solo mine. Clearly there's a big potential that I'm going to lose all of the profits and burn all of the electricity that I'm using towards this and end up with nothing. That's the truth and reality of the matter. But hey, who knows? You know, sometimes mining and cryptocurrency, it's just like the stock market. There is a little bit of gamble. There is always a loss possibility. There's nothing that is 100% or sure in life. So, but hey, I'm going to give it a try. And yeah, guys, we're going to let this run for a week. I will promise to do a short video, meaning that if we find a block or we find multiple blocks between now and December 8th, I promise to give you a sneak peek if something did happen. I probably won't go into too much detail, and you can see our 2070 rig just kicked on there in the pool, so that's great. I'll give you a sneak peek. I will let you in on a little bit of secret there if something does happen, and then of course we will take a look if we happen to crack multiple blocks, if we have no blocks. Yeah, we'll keep you guys abreast of what's going on. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut the video here. Please leave in the comments below, you know, your thoughts on this. Let me know if you enjoyed this, if you think I'm crazy, maybe just a little bit. But yeah, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, keep us flowing and going. And yeah, hope to update you guys soon, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.